The first race, nature bred 4-year-olds and up, non-runners of 2, and imported 4-year-olds and up. Maiden, 7 horses, going 9 furlongs and 25 yards. Going to boil this race down to 4. They're going to be the 1, Successful Man, the 3, Papidon, the 4, Chesney, and the 5, Town Star. Okay, Successful Man. 3 consecutive seconds. His last 3 starts. Demar Williams claiming 3 kilos here for Errol Burke. Last time at this distance, though, was beaten by 29 lengths by Hit and Run. That race, though, could be a toss-out. Hit and Run got a very easy lead. No one went with Hit and Run and stole the race. But 3 consecutive seconds since that. Last time out at 7 furlongs. Second by 5 lengths to Buttercup. Successful Man was stalking for most of the race, but just could not keep up. But still ran a brave race for second. So even though stretching back out to 9 furlongs and 25 yards, I think he looks like the horse they're going to have to beat. The 3, Papidon, Radish Roman riding here for Greg Fennell, also coming out of that race with Buttercup, was close early, faded to finish 5th by 8 lengths, but going 9 furlongs and 25 yards now, and does look like he has some pace, possibly can jump out and go for that lead, and if not harassed early, this Papidon could prove very elusive on the front end, so giving Papidon a shot here. The 4, Chesney, Dane Dawkins riding for Stephen Todd. This imported filly now, she has run against better horses. On the 27th of April of last year, going 9 furlongs and 25 yards, came from far back to finish 4th by 5 lengths to King Pie and Brenda Boy. So I don't think the distance is going to be a problem. The last time at the distance, though, was beaten by Captain Sparrow Supremacy by 67 lengths. Can toss that out, way out of class there. But coming back to races, this year, since June, has 4 starts. Last run, encouraging, 4th by 8 lengths in that same Buttercup race. So definitely looks to be sharpening up this filly. And now stretching out to 9 furlongs and 25 yards, where I think she had her best run. And gets Dane Dawkins in the saddle now. This Chesney definitely can fight this out. And my outsider that I like in the race, Town Star, Andrew Powell, claiming 3 kilos here for Donovan Plummer. Hasn't shown much in recent starts. Last win was back in January, going 7 furlongs when coming from off the pace to win by 3 3/4 lengths, beating Papidon after coming out the gate slow. Has 2 poor runs over 9 furlongs and 25 yards against Hit and Run and Solo Black. The general was second in the race with Solo Black. But figure 8 now on, getting off that weight. And if the pace goes hot early, I think Town Star is the horse that will be finished the strongest in the stretch. But as I said, Successful Man possibly might be the horse to beat. Chesney, though, looks capable at the distance. And Town Star is my outsider to watch. The second race, native bred 3-year-old, maiden special weight, a field of 6, they go 5 furlongs straight. Going to boil it down to 3. They're number 1, Platinum Princess, the 2, Prima Suprema, and the 5, Laredo. Okay, Platinum Princess, Radish Roman riding here for Anthony Nunes. Only 4 starts to date. Last time out was in November last year, 5.5 furlongs, when pressing the pace, but then fading to finish 3rd by 8 lengths to Kimuchi and Minola. Before that was 3rd by 3 3/4 lengths to Danka. So this Platinum Princess freshened up for this race now. Comes back here. Not really drilled at the exercise, but kept in shape. Blinkers are off for this race. Expecting a very good run here from this Platinum Princess. The 2, Prima Suprema. Garvin Harris will claim 4 kilos for Jason DaCosta, so coming in fairly light. Only 2 starts. 3rd on debut behind Native Flyer. And last time out, the race when Family Feud took hold of them early and ran away with it. Stayed on to finish 5th by 6 3/4 lengths. So drilled coming in this race, though, has a nice workout on the 26th of July. Out the gates, 5 furlongs straight in 103, the first 4 in 47. So trained for speed here. So I'm expecting Prima to flash some speed this afternoon. And the 5, Laredo, Philip Parchment riding here for Paul Swaby. 5 starts so far with a second. Finishing second by 6 lengths to Margarita, who was a very lone speed horse in that race. So Laredo came out of the gates very slow and had to chase a lone speed horse, Margarita, who stole it from early. Last time out in the race with Cop Car, going 7.5 furlongs. I think was stretching the limits a little bit there, but come back down now to a short sprint, 5 furlongs straight, should suit this Laredo. Does have good pace, and I think this Laredo should definitely fight it out. I don't want to stick my neck out in a race like this, these young horses, so I think it comes down to one of those 3. The third race, 3 years and up, optional claiming, 700,000 to 600,000, and 6 years and up, 9 of 4. A field of 8, they go 5 furlongs straight. I'm going to boil this race down to 4. They're going to be the 2, Sir Ganga Jamuna, the 3, Whiskey, the 6, Basilicus, and the 8, Irish Wish. Okay, Sir Ganga Jamuna, Tyrese Anderson claiming 4 kilos here for Rowan Matthew. Very fit right now. So even though stepping up in class here, comes here extremely fit. Last time out was 5 furlongs straight for 350,000 claimers. So stepping 2 classes up, but he won convincingly by 4 3/4 lengths. Before that was 6 by 12 lengths to Let Him Fly. Let Him Fly recently dominated once again to win. So this Sir Ganga Jamuna, fit, consistent, ready to run once again. Going to give him a shot here, even though stepping up in class. The 3, Whiskey. Demar Williams claiming 3 kilos here for Dennis Lee. Strong front-running performance last time out at this level, beating Justin Biden, going 5.5 furlongs. Before that was a good second when trying to reach the line before Brampton Alex came flying. So this Whiskey coming in here extremely fit, getting some weight off of that claim. So have to give Whiskey a shot in here once again. The 6, Basilicus, represents one of the speed horses in the race. Wesley Henry riding here for Joseph Thomas. A good winner last time out. Class below this, but comes in here extremely fit and will be out on that headline. So if this Basilicus is not harassed too early, should still stick around to fight it out. And the 8, Irish Wish, Joy Haynes, claims 4 kilos here for Anthony Nunes. 3 clinker last time out, that was back in March, going 5 furlongs straight, was a no-show behind Restoration. But before that, in 4-year-old and up, now is up 2, going 4 furlongs straight, won by 2 lengths from Dream to Reality and Tornado Steel. Very consistent when focused and fit, and coming from the stables of Anthony Nunes and claiming that 4 kilos with Joy Haynes. Expecting a good run from this Irish Wish. Value for money, Sir Ganga Jamuna could take a small wager. And if Irish Wish turns up in fighting form, could definitely win this. The 4th race, 3-year-old and up, claiming 1.5 million to 1.2 million. Small field of 6. They go 6.5 furlongs. And I'm going to have to boil it down to 4. They're going to be the 1, Press Conference, the 2, Milos, the 4, Sunny T and Chippy, and the 6, Rani Bangala. Okay, Press Conference. Shane Ellis riding here for Oral Hayden. Last time out at this level. Second by a length to Generational. Generational recently came back and ran a very good race. So Press Conference coming here. Although 6.5 furlongs looks a little stretch for Press Conference. Does have the class. Has Shane Ellis in the saddle. Definitely has a shot. The 2, Milos. Richie Shakes claiming 3 kilos here for Michael Caine. Last time out at this level, going 7 furlongs, was third by 13 lengths to Mr. Senator, who was stepping down in class. So Milos was facing an out-of-class horse there. Before that, at the same level, going 6 furlongs, second by 3/4 lengths to James, who was also stepping down in class. So Milos here now with very good shot at this 6.5 looks ideal for Milos, and claiming that 3 kilo claim from 120 pounds. Milos is also in here with a very good shot. The 4, Sunny T and Chippy. Richard Henry claiming 3 kilos here for Damon Gale. Was third by 2 lengths last time out at this level against down in class Money Miser. Rani Bangala was second that day. So the distance, not too short for Sunny T and Chippy. He would prefer it a bit longer, but is capable at 6.5. His last run at 6.5 was back in November, when finishing third by 4 lengths to March and Shoot and Taurus Boy after coming to the gate slow. So definitely should have a live shot here. And the 6, Rani Bangala, Dane Dawkins riding here for Philip Elliott. Last time out, 5 furlongs straight at this level, second by 4 lengths to Sensational Move. A drop down horse again. He came out of the gate slow that day, and 5 furlongs straight is not his forte. This Rani Bangala prefers a distance like this. His last time at this trip was third by 13 lengths to Burn Notice and Awesome Anthony. That was back in April. Has run very good races since. Had a good second going a mile against Money Miser. In that race had Sunny T and Chippy behind. And from a clean break here, this Rani Bangala, they've now put on the tongue tie and they've taken off the figure 8. I'm not sure he runs well with the figure 8, but because they've put on the tongue tie, I'm still going to give this Rani Bangala a shot. And I think if the pace collapse, Rani Bangala could be the horse that wins it all. The 5th race, nature bred 4 years and up, non-winners of 4, and imported 4 years and up, non-winners of 3. A field of 8, they go 7 furlongs. I'm going to boil this race down to 4. They're going to be the 2, Zulu Warrior, the 4, Blue Sensation, the 7, Riches to Rags, and the 8, Mac and Rome. Okay, Zulu Warrior. Tyrese Anderson claiming 4 kilos here for Adrian Prince. Last time out, second by 4 lengths to Florindia when I'm stepping up in class. So had to chase the speed of Florindia the entire way, but still stayed on for that second money. Before that, the class below this, going 6 furlongs, was a dominant winner, winning by 15 lengths very easily. Stretched out to 7 furlongs now. Don't think that's going to be much of a problem for this Zulu Warrior. Had a good run at 7 furlongs back in January when finishing second by 2 lengths to Miss Sherry. Had Jay Spieth behind in that race and came out slow at the start. The 4, Blue Sensation. This is my long shot of the race that I like. O'Neill Mullins riding here for Peter John Passad. Last time out, 4th by 24 lengths, going 7.5 furlongs. In the grade above this, it was in a 3-year-old and up, non-winners of 4. Finishing behind Ride All Day. Had no chance there. Before that, going 5.5 furlongs, in 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 4, also beaten by Ride All Day. And before that, at this distance, 24th of May, in 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 4, was third by 23 lengths to Incredible Joe and Supernatural Power. So this is basically stepping down in class against horse that he has beaten before. Morning line says 12-1. I love this Blue Sensation. If you check back on the 5th of April 2025, 6.5 furlongs, came from off the pace to win by a half a length from Oil Machine and Zulu Warrior. So if the right Blue Sensation turns up, and it looks like she's turning up, she's working pretty well at the exercise, I think this Blue Sensation has a good shot to catch them if the pace goes too hot too early. The 7, Riches to Rags, also another one of those horses that's been running against much better. Shaheem Gordon claiming 4 kilos here for Philip Fiani last time out in that same race with Zulu Warrior, where Florindia got the lone speed and ran away with the race. Riches Rag came out slow at the start and did not get a strong pace to chase, but still managed to finish third. Before that, going 6 furlongs, third by 10 lengths to stablemate Supernatural Power. And before that, at 7.5 furlongs, hooked up with stablemate Ride All Day and finished third by 14 lengths. So a more focused Riches to Rags comes in here extremely light, and from a clean break, Riches to Rags should definitely fight this race out. And the 8, Mac and Rome. Dane Dawkins riding here for Seclarian Roman, represents the speed horse of the race. 7 furlongs, not a problem for Mac and Rome if he's not confronted early. If he gets to that lead without any harassment, he's going to be dangerous in the stretch going 7 furlongs. But will Zulu Warrior tackle him early? His last run at 7 furlongs was 6 by 19 lengths to Gurvana. He was trying to steal it, but that was against Gurvana and Fred the Master. Both horses, Fred Gurvana has good runs in overnight allowance. He had a good run on the 15th of March, going 6 furlongs when trying to make all the running, but finishing 4th by 2 lengths to Prince Oman. Also running overnight allowance. Riches to Rags was second that day. Last time out, going a mile, that was coming off a break, led, but tied up in the stretch to finish third by 3 3/4 lengths to Captain Sparrow. Not embarrassed there. Needed that run. Blinkers off now and figure 8 on. First time I think this horse is going to run with the figure 8. It might help, might get to make him relax a little more. And if he gets to that lead and they don't press him, could prove a tough nut to crack in the lane. But the way I see the race, I think he goes for the lead. I think Zulu Warrior is going to go right at him. And if they do that and hook up early, you're going to have to hold off the closers, Blue Sensation and Riches to Rags. And I think the winner comes from one of those. The 6th race, nature bred 4-year-olds and up, non-winners of 3, and imported 4-year-olds and up, non-winners of 2. A field of 10, they go 5 furlongs round. I'm going to boil this race down to 4. They're going to be the 1, First Offense, the 4, Tornado Steel, the 5, Radam, and the 7, Siempre Valiente. Okay, First Offense, Dane Dawkins riding for Stephen Todd. Last time out, 5.5 furlongs, 8 by 7 lengths to Firecracker and come home to me. Before that, over the 5 straight, came out of the gate slow and flew home to finish third by a length and a half to Bold Move. So First Offense, I think in good shape right now, active at the exercise. I think from a clean break, even from the one draw, should have a good shot in the event. The 4, Tornado Steel, a nice long shot in the race. Robert Halladine takes the ride here for Kari Tucker. Last time out, 5.5 furlongs, that same race with Firecracker, made the lead and battled all the way to the top of the lane. Wasn't disgraced, finished 6 by 5 3/4 lengths. Before that, over the straight course was 6 by 4 lengths in that same race with Bold Move and First Offense. So, morning line 25-1, which looks crazy to me because this Tornado still is capable here. His last run at 5 furlongs round, prominent early before finishing 5th by 5 lengths to She's Dallas Love and Firecracker. So, I'm definitely squeezing this Tornado still in the race as a live long shot. The 5, another long shot I like, Radam. Tyrese Anderson claiming 4 kilos here for Anthony Nunes. Winner last time out, the class below this going this distance, 5 furlongs round. Before that was the 3rd by a length to Sempre Valiente, who's also present today. But this Radam was potentially a better animal than most of these, but took a back seat. Now beginning to find his rhythm once again and expecting a very good run from Radam. The 7, Siempre Valiente, imported filly, Clive Lynch riding for Omar Williams. Only one start. That was on the 13th of July, 4 furlongs straight, making all the running to win. Comes here, active at the exercise, and with that win on debut against a decent field. They've now added the visors, so they definitely want Siempre Valiente to fly to that lead once again. Has the scope for rapid improvement. This Siempre Valiente could turn out to be something special. And the horse that can sneak into the exotics is going to be Playfair. The Cardenas gets a ride here for Anthony Nunes. So Nunes calling for a big jock to ride this Playfair now. Stepping back down in class from his last run, where he finished 5th by 10 lengths to Unruly Mo. So he's coming back down in class. First time going over the straight course. His stablemate, who I like in the race, possibly could be a rabbit in the race for this Playfair. Anything can happen in a race like this. So I'm going to definitely squeeze Playfair in the exotics. The 7th race, native bred 3-year-old maidens. 7 starters, they go 7 furlongs. Going to boil this race down to 3. They're going to be the 2, Papi Uso, the 3, Joyful Surprise, and the 5, He's Sensational. Okay, Papi Uso, Radish Roman riding here for Anthony Nunes. Consistent in the last 3 starts. 4th last time out, going 5 furlongs straight to outer class looking Bubbling Warrior. Before that was 3rd to a useful Star Quest, going 6.5 furlongs. So with Radish Roman in the saddle now, expecting another good run from this Papi Uso. The 3, Joyful Surprise, Jaheim Anderson claiming 4 kilos for Tensan Chong. 4 starts, last time out was 6 by 7 3/4 lengths to Pretty Sassy, making all the running there, but did show some life in that race, so I'm going to give Joyful Surprise a shot to finishing the trifecta here in this not so strong field. And the 5, the horse they're going to all have to beat, He's Sensational. Shane Ellis rides here for Alfred Brown, comes in with 126 pounds. Last time out was 4th by 4 lengths to Star Quest when trying to chase Star Quest early in the race. Before that was 2nd by 3 lengths to Benison, going 9 furlongs and 25 yards. So stretch back out to 7 furlongs here, facing a weak bunch of horses. This He's Sensational definitely looks like the horse they're going to all have to beat. The 8th race, native bred 4-year-olds and up, non of 2, and imported 4-year-olds and up, Maiden. Field of 6, going 6 furlongs. Top 4 horses in this race going to be the 2, Military Light, the 3, Valley of Love, the 4, Never, and the 6, Dark Matter. Okay, Military Light, Tyrese Anderson for Gary Griffiths. This horse should have left this class a long time ago, but has a problem at the start. Always comes out slow. Last time out, 5 furlongs round, came from 8 lengths at the top of the lane to lose by a nose to Radam. Before that, closed from 7 lengths at the top of the lane to lose by a length and a quarter to Cherry Blossom. If he gets a clean start in this race, getting that 9 kilo claim, Military Light can finally get it right. The 3, Valley of Love, Radish Roman, sticks to the ride here for Philip Elliott. Winner last time out, the class below this going 5 furlongs straight, so stepping up in class, but is one of the most consistent horses in the races. This horse has 1 win, 2 seconds and a third in his last 4 starts. Was 3rd by 3 3/4 lengths, going 7 furlongs to Bobby Too Bad. Before that was 2nd by 2 lengths to Sprague. The race with Bobby Too Bad, Valley of Love made the lead, and Valley of Love is not a leader. So it's showing me that Valley of Love is getting fitter with every run, and with Radish Roman sticking to the ride, even though stepping up in class, giving this Valley of Love a shot in here. The 4, Never, Shane Ellis for Michael Marlowe. So gets the big man in the saddle this time around. Last time out at 7 furlongs, 3rd by 6 lengths in that race with Buttercup. Before that, 3rd by 5 lengths coming from off the pace to Cherry Blossom, and Military Light coming out of the gate slow. So if Never comes out of the gates clean, which I think he possibly will, under the handling of Shane Ellis, this Never could definitely win this and win it well. And dark horse in the race is going to be Dark Matter. Philip Parchment here for Donovan Plummer. Lightly race horse, but had a winner last time out back in April, going 5 furlongs straight. To me, looks to be the pace horse of the race. That's why I'm squeezing him into this selection, because a horse like this, freshened up for this race, if he comes and gets to that lead, and a bunch of horses in this race tends to jump bad, if Dark Matter gets loose on that lead, like how he's fresh, and has the bustling Philip Parchment in the saddle, could prove a very dangerous horse in the stretch. So, work this race out very carefully, even though it's only 6 horses. The 9th race, this is the Emilio Bimbo Rodriguez Trophy, 3 years and up, overnight allowance. Big field of 15, they go 7.5 furlongs. Going to have to boil this down to 5. They're going to be the 2, Norblar, the 4, Geolithic, the 7, Gervano, the 11, the Head Cornerstone, and the 14, Rainsville. Okay, Norblar. Wesley Henry riding here for Greshford Smith. Came off a very long rest last time out, going 5 furlongs straight, and ran well. Prominent all the way up to the final quarter, finishing 6 by 7 lengths to Money Market, sensational move, Get a Pepsi. So definitely need that run, because this horse was a very highly thought of horse. Won a non-winners of 4 back in August, stepped up to overnight allowance and won again, going 5 furlongs straight, and then was thrown into the Gold Cup. So that's the how highly this horse is thought of. So freshened up, got a good run last time out. I don't think the distance is going to be much of a problem. I think he gets the distance. Depends on how Wesley Henry rides him. Expecting Norblar to put in a very, very decent run. The 4, Geolithic. O'Neill Mullins riding here for Peter John Passad. Morning line says 30-1, but I kind of like Geolithic. Geolithic is a very strong front-running mare. Her last 3 starts, I'm going to give her excuses for all 3. The last time out going a mile, couldn't beat Ryle All Day. She was right in the pace early, very hot pace. Mamma Mia sets the fractions. Ryle All Day was right there, got burnt out early. The start before that, 9 furlongs and 25 yards, was setting the pace there. She was a rabbit for Run Julie Run. That race won by Horse of the Year Fun Can Done. Run Julie Run ran second. And before that, going 9 furlongs and 25 yards, finished 5th for stablemate Run Julie Run. She was the rabbit in that race for Run Julie Run, and she did the job well. Run Julie Run won the race. But before that though, 9.25 at this level, made all the running, was 10 lengths clear at the furlong pole and won by 4 lengths from Perfect Brew and Mr. Senator. So this Geolithic, once turning up and not used in the race as a rabbit, is going to be a tough horse to catch, although she does have a stablemate in this race in the Head Cornerstone, so I don't know what the tactics will be here. But if the right Geolithic turns up, 30-1 looks very tempting. The 7, Gervano. This is my project horse. Robert Haldane riding here for Jason DaCosta. This Gervano is a very talented horse. His only kryptonite is he's not very fast early. He has a nice finishing kick, but lacks that real strong pace to start the leaders. When he goes too fast too soon, he doesn't come with his big run. As you seen last time out, going the 8 furlongs, he was way too close to the pace in that race with Ride All Day, and tried to go early with them. Still managed to stay on to finish second, but was outkicked by the more speedy Ride All Day. Before that, going 7 furlongs, Supremacy was trying to use a lone speed advantage on him, but he got up in time, and he doesn't have any speed. He doesn't know how to sit close to a field and then kick. Every one of his races, he tends to come from off the pace. So this Gervano, if he gets a hot pace early in this event, although he would prefer a little longer, he still is going to put in his honest run and come charging at them late. The 11, the Head Cornerstone, stablemate of Geolithic. Shane Richardson riding here for Peter John Passad. Last time out was 8 by 15 lengths in that same race with Ride All Day. He was kind of early for his own good in that event. Before that though, going 6.5 furlongs. Also, quite prominent early, finished second by 4 lengths to Kem. Had Perfect Brew behind. And at 8 furlongs on the 23rd of February, off the pace, stayed on to finish 3rd by 7 lengths to Tiz Stock. So, Head Cornerstone definitely in good shape right now. They've put on the visors. No, they've taken off the visors. So that means they're going to want this Head Cornerstone to sit off the fractions and try to come with a run. Active at the exercise, kept fit, expecting a good run from the Head Cornerstone. and the 14, Rainsville, Dane Dawkins and Richard Zahn. This horse turns up when you least expect it. And he loves this kind of race where the pace falls apart. So if the pace runners go too fast and they get tired in the stretch, expect Rainsville to be staying on very strong in the finish. His last time out, the pace did not fall as Ride All Day took it to them and powered away. So he had nothing to run at there. Before that, went too early for his own good in 9 furlongs and 25 yards when Blue Vinyl outclassed them. And before that was third by 6 lengths to Rhythm Buzz going a mile, also a little bit too early for his own good. His last win was at this level going a mile when Run Julie Run hooked up with unbelievable force. Rainsville came charging home to win that race, beating Run Julie Run. Finishing third in that race, I think, was sheer delight. So this Rainsville, if he gets a collapse in pace, should be finishing strong once again. So as I said, it's a very competitive race, very complex race. Depends on the dynamic of the race. If Geolytic gets to this lead and no one decides to press Geolytic, he looks really, really tempting at a big price. But if they go fast too soon, they're going to have to hold off the kicks of Gervano, Head Cornerstone, and Rainsville. The 10th race, the Independence Day Stakes Trophy. Native bred 3-year-olds, non-news of 2, and imported 3-year-olds and up, maiden. 8 starters, they go 7 furlongs. I'm going to boil this race down to 4. They're going to be the 1, Star Quest, the 2, H2O, the 4, Princess Chris, and the 8, Prince Kazir. Number 1, Star Quest, Ryan Lewis riding for Jason DaCosta. Improving at the right time, Colt had a win on the 6th of July, going 6.5 furlongs when make all the running with Shane Ellis, to win by a length and a quarter from Secret Sensation and Papi Uso. Stepped up in class in the Terremoto Trophy, going 9.5 furlongs, so stretched out, and ran creditable, went third by 11 lengths to the Guineas runner-up, Bob the Builder. Comes here now. DaCosta has decided to take the tongue tie off. So, don't know why he won with the tongue tie, but taking it off now. DaCosta know what he's doing. Expecting a good run here from this Star Quest. The 2, H2O. Robert Halliday riding here for Jason DaCosta. Highly thought of imported Colt on debut. 6.5 furlongs, 4 to 5 favorite. Finished third by 4 lengths to Nephew. And Gervano, so not embarrassed there. Next start going 6.5 furlongs. Second by a length. Also to Nephew, had Incredible Joe behind in that race. Then stretched out to 9 furlongs and 25 yards. Tried to make all the running, but found wanting in the stretch to be beaten by 11 lengths by Fearless Mission. That was also at 2 to 5, and last time out going 5.5 furlongs now. Couldn't make the lead, sprinting, and was beaten by Bowmore. So comes back here, working brilliantly once again. 5 furlongs straight in 1 minute and 1/5 by 46.4. And now rested and comes back here looking fighting fit. The figure 8 is also taken off of this one. So in a race of this nature, can prove once and for all that he's not a morning glory and looks like the horse they're going to all have to beat. The 4, Princess Chris. Michael Semple will ride here for Norman Smith. Last time out, had a poor start and was rushed through by Semple, going 9.5 furlongs, which did not do her any favor. She was prominent turning for home, but faded to finish 5th by 29 lengths to Bob the Builder. Before that, at 9 furlongs and 25 yards, start the pace and ran well to finish only a length behind Uncle Baba. So very capable. 7 furlongs I don't think is a problem, and expecting a good run from this Princess Chris. And the 8, Prince Kazir. Damar Williams claiming 3 kilos for Ray Phillips. Third by 16 lengths last time out to Nuclear Jet. Powerful performance there by Nuclear Jet, who will be running in the Derby. Before that was 5th by 4 lengths to Miss Marbella. Came back and ran a big race, finishing third behind another one. So this Prince Kazir, I think 7 furlongs is up his alley. And with the 3 kilo came, I think this Prince Kazir at a good price can run on to grab a piece of the action. But for me, I think this H2O possibly outclassed this field. The 11th and final. This is the Jamaica Derby. Native bred 3-year-old, Futurity Grade 1. Big field of 15, 12 furlongs. Let's get right into it. I'm going to boil this race down to 5. They're going to be the 1, Burning Hedge, the 4, Nuclear Jet, the 7, Benison, the 11, I Dream Again, and the 15, Sensational Soul. Okay, Burning Hedge. Dick Cardenas gets back the ride here on this horse that he won the 2-year-old stakes on for trainer Carl Anderson. Winner of the 1,000 guineas when ridden by Radish Roman, easily by 5 lengths. Stretched out to 10 furlongs last time out in the St. Ledger. had traffic problems the entire race, had to come very wide, and was flying home late to finish third by 2 lengths to I Dream Again, who was stalking the pace, and Hansa, who broke down. So he wasn't really flying. The pace really came back, I would say, because the race was a very slow 2 minute 14, not a stairs time. So I think stamina-wise, most of these horses I don't think get the trip, but class-wise, Burning Hedge definitely is going to be in here with a good shot with her late run, as long as she doesn't go too fast too soon. The 4, the horse I like in the race, a horse I've been talking about for the past few months, is Nuclear Jet. Radish Roman gets back the ride here. This one was conditioned by the late Enos Brown. I don't know who's going to be training this one coming into the Derby, but rest in peace, Enos Brown. He's going to pass it on. The last time he had a Derby winner was when he got a horse coming into his stable coming out of the Guineas, and he ended up winning the Derby and the St. Leger. So maybe this is an opportunity for him to pass it on to another trainer. This Nuclear Jet, a horse I've liked from the first time he ran. He was 5th by 5 lengths, going 5 furlongs straight, and caught my attention immediately. Just the way how he ran, how he stride out. He came out slow at the starting gates and was striding powerfully in the stretch. The next time he came back, I tipped him on my channel. If you watched the tips for the 31st of May, going 6.5 furlongs. He came from way out of the clouds to win by a length and a quarter, getting 5-1. I also tipped him the next time going 9 furlongs and 25 yards, but Rottermeier Weir couldn't get him out of trouble there. He was bogged down the entire stretch, begging for racing room, just couldn't find it. Finished third by 4 lengths to lockdown and alive. And then the last time out, going 7 furlongs, I had my live going, and I said, this horse, if he wins by 8 lengths, I guarantee you're going to see him be one of the Derby contenders. And he made one move in that race to win by 15 lengths, cantering from the last furlong in a smart 128 for these horses. So this Nuclear Jet looks very classy. My opinion, looks like he will get a distance of ground. And if there's an upset in the Derby, I think it will be by this Nuclear Jet. The 7, Benison, Philip Parchment, riding here for Ryan Williams. Morning line says 15-1. Last time out, 9.5 furlongs, show that he will get a distance of ground. Came from far off the pace to almost catch Bob the Builder, who had a very easy lead. Bob the Builder wasn't pressured in the race. He was easy up front, but Benison came charging late. So that talks for the stamina of Bob the Builder. You know, he was coming back in that race. A very slow 2:07 for 9.5 furlongs. Benison was staying on. So I'm expecting Benison once again, if the pace collapse, should be staying on at the finish again at a good price. The 11, I Dream Again. This horse now, Robert Halladine for Jason DaCosta, capitalized on Hansa coming up lame in the last furlong of the St. Leger, and a brilliant ride by Halladine there. Didn't get too jumpy and rushed it, so he stayed on strong to win, holding off Burning Hedge, flying home late. As I said though, it was a very slow 2 minute 14 for 10 furlongs, not really a stairs time, but the track is fairly slow, but 2:14 is really slow. But does have the St. Leger win, and that was at 10 furlongs, the only 3-year-old to win a 10 furlong race. Has 2 more furlongs to go, and with Halladine in the saddle, if you rates him properly, should see out the trip once again and have a good chance of fighting it out. And the 15 is Sensational Soul, Shane Ellis for Gary Sobrati. Disappointed in the St. Leger. Had a little traffic problem there, but just did not fire when leaving that half-mile pole. Was hanging on late in the event to only be beaten 4th by 7 3/4 lengths, but still a fair beating, going 10 furlongs in a slow time. Has 2 more furlongs to go. So I think Shane Ellis might have to get this horse in the pace a lot earlier and hope that this speed holds out. But I'm going to give him a shot here to finishing it, being one of the classier horses in the event, because in races like this, class tends to win it. If you check back in the history books, when Warzone won his Triple Crown, Warzone never won another race past 6 furlongs after that. So he used class there to win 12 furlongs. So class going to play a major role in this Derby. And if there's any horse in the race that legitimately stays 12 furlong, that's the horse that should win. But as I said, the horse I really like in the race is Nuclear Jet at a decent price, but very, very, very competitive race. Okay, guys, good luck on Derby Day. And as always, stay safe.